Good morning, everyone, or good day, everyone, whenever you're watching this. Uh, Now we are in React. We have talked about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we have built project on it. After that, we look at Tailwind CSS and we did some simple project on it, right? Login and registration. So the main reason why um I touched Tailwind first before React is because we'll be needing Tailwind in our React project for us to build faster and to learn faster. React is a framework on JavaScript. It's a framework that is built on JavaScript. Front-end framework per se. Yeah, that is built on JavaScript. And it is for front-end developers. It enables you to build faster and it also um, give you more opportunity to make use of your style yourself. Yeah, it's basically used to build UI. UI is normal user interface, right? Basically used to build UI, and from there, since it's a framework, you can also make use to do what? Or you can also make use of it for your front end. So learning objectives of this React is by the end of this course or by the end of this React project lessons, you should be able to explain what React is, understand why developers use React, understand component-based architecture, then you have to understand how to make use of basic JSS. Then afterward, you create your React project using Vite. So let's dive in properly. What is React? React is a JavaScript library used to build user interface for web applications, right? Um, a user interface is everything a user sees, interact with, interact with on web page. That is everything you are seeing on your OP app, everything you are seeing on your desk website, everything that you are seeing on your NYC website, everything that you can see and you can interact with, that's UI. Do you understand? Example, we have buttons, we have forms, navigation bars, images, cards, tables, dashboard, etc. They are your UI. They are your UI. So React help developers build this interface faster. I've said it before earlier. You build it faster, then also in a more organized way. In a more organized way, not just how when we write our basic HTML, we just write it, but this one you write it in a more organized way. You write it component by component. So for example, now you want to create your button, you can create it as a component, create your form, create it as component, your navigation bar as component, then your card too as component. So you do everything component by component. That makes you to do what? Um, to build in a more organized way. So real life example. So imagine you are building a school website. I know what I mean by school website, maybe your desk website or any website. Yeah, let me just search for a website so I can show you. So imagine building a school website and your school website you have this. Okay, let me say NYC. Let me use NYC websites now. Hold on, it's still loading. I think my network is slow. Let me rural X, yeah, correct. Rural X. www rural X. Rural X. Rural X. Okay, still loading. Alright, let me use Beignner up. Beignner up. Let me just open everything so that Beignner up. Let me use NYC. Okay, let's continue pending. Wait, it open. So the website will always have what? Either have navigation bar, hero session, about session, courses session, contact form, right? And footer. You understand what I mean by footer now? The last part session, that's the last section of your website, of every website. That's footer. You understand? Now using pre-HTML CSS, you write each section manually, right? You get that right? You write them manually, like you write navigation, header, this, that. But with React, you can break each section into reusable pieces called component. You can break each section into so for React, right? You can break all these things that you do manually, right? You break them like our portfolio website. We put everything in one page. We put our header, we put our pictures, our hero session in one page, right? But coming to React, you can actually break them into sections by sections. They are called components. Components. I will show you how it works on normal stuff very soon. We'll break it component by component. Instead of building one large page, you can build several small pieces and combine it together. That's what make React very very easy, right? Now think of React as building with Lego bricks. Instead of carving an entire status from one block of stone, you snap together small pieces to create something bigger. 5K. So let's come to why do we use React? Suppose you are creating a Facebook now, right? Every second you'll be receiving notification, messages, maybe maybe you posted a video or you posted your pictures, right? And your friends started liking them. Pam, 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 pam. Your likes started increasing. Your like started increasing. You started receiving notification. Most especially, right, when you When some of your followers or some of your friends are having birthdays, you see they will always drop in as much you put on your data, Facebook will always notify you when your birthday, right? So that's um what I'm trying to talk about. So without React, the browser will always reload the entire page every time something change. For React, right, you don't need to reload. When we are doing HTML, you always save. After you save, you reload your page. But React, you don't need to load your page. You just save it, then it will automatically update your page for you. React updates only the parts, the page that changes. So for example, now maybe you are building a school website, right? And you are done building everything, but you forget to put something in your header or in your navbar. Immediately you change that your immediately you make change to that navbar, every other thing will still remain intact, right? Every other section of your website will still remain intact. The only thing that will change is your navbar. Do you understand? So that's one of the benefits of making use of React. All right. So that reason developer love React. Okay, faster development, reusable code, easier maintenance, large communities. Facebook is the owner of React. Facebook are the one that creates React. So you understand what I mean by that statement. So you have communities of developers that support React. Do you understand? So whenever you have issues, you always just go on Google or go on Stack Overflow or any place at all. There are solutions there for you. There are solutions there for you. So easier maintenance, large community, high demand in the job market. People are making use of React. That's what people are using. People are using React. No, people are using Angular, sure, but Angular is not that popular. Do you understand? React is the most popular framework. Okay, it's used by company like Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, and Airbnb. Companies be at architecture. So React is component based. What I mean by component is that a component is a small reusable piece of a web page. So back to our school website, or let's make use of uh, this. All right, this navigation bar, right? This hero section. This is another section. Hmm? Quick service, another section too, right? How registration works, another section. Resources, another section. Important information, another section. Ready to start your NSC journey, another section. You understand? You can create this navigation bar in a separate file. Create this hero section in a separate file. Create this section here in a separate file. Create this one in a separate file. But those files they are not called file when it comes to React. They are called they are called they are called these components. Yeah, they are called components. So React is built based on in React, right? Where they are called components. So you create them component by component. Then in one file, in one particular file, you now combine everything together. You understand? So what that actually helps you to do is that it helps you to what that actually helps you to do is that it helps you to like there's only 5k. It helps you to so whenever you make mistake in one particular file, there's no need for you to touch the other component. You understand? You just touch that particular component that you make mistake, then you update it, then your web page get updated. Instead of building one giant page, we split it into smaller sections. For example, a website homepage can be divided into header, navbar, hero section. Real life analogy. Imagine building a car now. A car is made of many parts: engine, steering wheel, tires, doors, seats, and headlights. Each part has its own job, right? So for you to enter the car, you have to open the door. You don't need to open the bonnet. Uh, Together, they make one complete car. Alright. How much is that? Together, they make one complete car. React works the same way. I thought I said 6,000. That's what I'm asking. Okay. Uh, why components are useful? Okay. Imagine you have a button without React. You now have buy button, buy now, buy now, buy now. Buy now. So you'll be repeating your HTML. But with components, right, you can create one component and reuse it somewhere else. Do you understand? That's one of the usefulness of a component. Every part becomes easier to edit. Suppose you want to change only the navigation menu. You edit only the navbar components. You don't touch the rest part of the website. Do you understand? Then when you want to also create buttons, since you are using components, you just create one component, then you reuse it somewhere else. I know that you guys have been doing UI UX, so you understand what I mean by components and reusable components. If you want to change the button color, you must update every button when it comes to normal HTML, right? But with React, you just update one of the component, then it will affect every part that component appears. Do you understand? Change button once and every instant. Change the button once and every instant updates automatically. So what is JSX? JSX stands for JavaScript XML. It lets us write HTML like code inside JavaScript. So JSX, right, allow you to write HTML inside JavaScript. Normally it's very difficult for us to write HTML inside JavaScript when we are doing HTML, right? But this part of React allow us to write our HTML easily in JavaScript. So instead of writing like this, React.create elements h1 non hello world. We write this. Example, look at it now. Function app, right? Return hello world. This is JavaScript. This is JavaScript, right? This is JavaScript return. And function too is what? Is a JavaScript too. So you write your HTML easily in JavaScript, making use of JSX. Another example is this function function app return button login, right? Output login. So what is the difference between HTML and JSX? We have this is our HTML, right? Input this, but JSX, do you understand? Have you seen this forward slash? Initially there's no forward slash, but when it comes to JSX, there must be forward slash. Are you getting it? That's the difference between the two. These two. Label for email, right? JSX, HTML4. Are you seeing the HTML4 email? Are you seeing the difference? HTML4 email. Because 4 is reverse word in JavaScript. React uses HTML4. Now, if any JavaScript in JSX, one JSX biggest advantage is that you can insert JavaScript files using curly braces. Yeah, look at when we are doing okay. Let me know. Look at it here. This is HTML, right? Hello world. Each one is HTML. This is what? JavaScript, right? So you can see that you can input HTML inside JavaScript, inside JSX. You can also input JavaScript inside JSX too. Do you understand? So the two work in hand together, like they work together. Do you understand? Now we'll still do practical. I'm just using this uh for you to okay. React uses class name. In GSS too, there's something we call class name. React uses class name instead of class because class is a reserved keyword in HTML. So this too is also reserved, not reserved keyword. Reserved keyword in what? In JavaScript. A basic JavaScript in JSS, one JavaScript. Alright, let's continue. Then you can also perform calculations too when writing React. 5 plus 5, the output is what? 5 plus 5 equal to what? 10. Setting up React with Vite. Now, Vite is one of the most popular tools for creating React projects because it is fast and simple. What you do, step one, open your terminal, create a React project. Then step three, enter your project name. Step four, select the framework. Step five, select the language. Then it is step six, move into the project folder. Step seven, install the project dependency. Step eight, start the development server. Then that's all. Alright. Alright. So let me quickly do this. How you are seeing my screen. So when it comes to React, right? And before when I started this video, I told you that we'll be using Tailwind instead of manual CSS, instead of our cascading CSS. We'll be using Tailwind CSS for um with we'll be using Tailwind CSS with React so that it will help us build faster. So for us to going back to our notes, it said it's easier for us to use uh Vite for our React to install our React. So what I will do is that I'll go to Tailwind CSS. Okay, let me go to so follow the process I'm following. Tailwind CSS, right? Then I click on I can actually click on this one, or I can also click on this second one too. But I already click on this first one. Tailwind CSS. This is a Tailwind CSS website. I'll look at the people supporting it. Both Vercel, Nutrient, Console, Crack. So many Terry says I have so many supporters, sponsor I mean to say. Right. So remember we want to install React, right? We want to install React. Go to docs and we are using Vite for it. So forget about this, get started with doing CSS, blah 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 blah. Using Vite. Installing doing CSS as a Vite plugin is the most seamless to integrate with framework like Laravel, React Router, Node, and Solid.js. Now, what we'll do is that remember our first step is what? Open your terminal. So you go to your terminal, CMD, how you are still following, run as administrator, right? System 32. Or you can actually go to, I don't want to put that yet on system 32. What I'll do is that I'll come to my folder, then let me put it in. Should I put it in documents or download? Could I put it in desktop? No, I don't want to put it in desktop. Let me put it in my download. No, yes. Let me just go put it in my download. Let me put it in my download. Alright. So look at my screen now. at my console. Can you see my console? I'll click on it, then I'll write CMD. Open. Right now, I've opened it on my terminal. I've opened it on my terminal. So what I'll do is I'll come here. That's first step. Oh, open your terminal, right? Then I'll come here. I'll copy this npm create vit at latest. npm create vit at latest. Then name of my project. So I'll copy this. I'll paste it here. npm create vit at latest. My project, right? So let me say peace project. Peace project. Peace project. That's step what? Step two. Create a React project. npm create vit at latest, right? Then I'll click on enter. I hope you are still seeing my screen. Please make sure that your internet is also connected to your laptop because you are downloading from. Then, very important, make sure you have Git on your install on your laptop. We have talked about Git before now, right? Hmm, let's see. npm create Git at latest piece project. Alright. Now, need to install the following packages. Okay, to proceed, click on enter. Package name, Peace project, which is your project name, right? Click on enter. Now, select a framework. Are you seeing select a framework? I'll select React. Select a framework. You press your down button to come down. Then I'll select React. Select a variant. Select JavaScript. Select JavaScript. Click on enter. What is? Click on enter. Install with npm and start now, right? Click on enter. Yeah, start holding your project. Installing dependency with npm. I thought you were going. Okay. Thank God. Obviously observing installing dependency with what? npm. Yeah, 9 packages are looking for. Okay, let me come down. Added 24 packages, audited 25 packages in 1 minute. 9 packages are looking for funding. Issue. Starting dev starter. Are you seeing it? Project piece at 0.0.0.0 dev date. Now this is our project. Let me open it now. This project started. React have even changed this, wow. All right, that's good. So what you actually need, right, to install this is what I'm going to you. Then make sure you have Git on your laptop. Make sure you have Git on your laptop. Git installed on your laptop, not GitHub. I mean Git. There's a difference between GitHub and Git. I'll explain that if you have any question. So That's this is where we'll stop for today. Install it, install your project, install your layout, and let me know when you have done so. Thank you for following. Bye. So what I'll do is I'll cancel it. Yes, enter. Then I'll stop recording.